In this lesson, we're going to look at the difference between normal CDF and inverse norm on the graphing calculator. So our essential question is, how do I use technology to find the proportion of values in a specified interval or the value that corresponds to a given percentile in a normal distribution? So that's a mouthful, and you may not have fully comprehended what that question's really asking, but to explain it, we're going to revisit the example with Tiger Woods. So to explore this, we're going to revisit this question about Tiger Woods. We've already answered this question where it says what percent of Tiger's drives travel at least 290 yards, and we did it by drawing a normal distribution. We labeled it capital N with our mu and our sigma, and I'm asking, so what percent are greater than 290? All right. We then found our z-score and used table A and found it to be approximately 0.9599 or almost 96% from table A. So now I'm going to show you, using the graphing calculator, how you can bypass both finding your z-score and using table A and just use the technology. So of course you're like, well, why did you make us do it the hard way? My answer to that is it gives you a better understanding of what you're really doing conceptually. You'll be able to answer more abstract questions by doing it by hand. And then there are actually some multiple choice questions on the AP exam, which is timed where it's easier to use table A. So let's take a look at the graphing calculator, and we're going to use the function normalcdf. The normalcdf is hidden in the vars button. It's distribution, so hit second, vars. Choose option 2, normal PDF. Option 1 you will not use in this course. You have to set your lower and your upper bound. So we're looking for the probability that x is greater than or equal to 290. So my upper bound, I just put in like a large number, usually 9,999, because that's a lot of standard deviations to the right of the mean. And you know that within a normal distribution, within 3 standard deviations to the right and 3 standard deviations to the left, you are capturing 99.7% of your distribution. All right, so I'm going to switch my mean to 304 and my standard deviation to 8. I select paste. And if you compare that value to the one we got when we used table A with our z-scores, you'll see the first 4 digits match. With technology, we have more precision, as you would expect. I want to also show you that you can do this from your z-score if you'd already taken it to that step. So you hit second distribution, again option 2, normalcdf, and we use our z-score that we got. We found it was 1 3/4 standard deviations below the mean. I'll just keep my upper at that large number. And in my standard normal distribution, the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. So I'm going to run this as a standard normal and see how you get the exact same proportion. So let's talk about what is acceptable notation now on the AP exam. So first of all, you better always draw your picture, okay? Then you're going to show kind of, I would say, your algebraic work and your calculator operations. So I'm going to say we were looking for the probability that x was greater than or equal to 290 yards, right? And then I say, okay, so this is equal to, and I indicate that I use the graphing calculator. How do I do that? I write out normal CDF. The actual function I used is acceptable. It's kind of universal. But I can't just put my 4 numbers in that appeared on my screen. I must, if I want credit, I need to talk about what they were. So I would say lower equaled, it was 290, comma, upper, I'm a little bit off the screen here, equaled, I'll just continue on the next line. My upper was, I put in 9,999, comma, mu, make sure you say mu because it's a parameter, equaled 304, comma, sigma, equaled 8. And then you say that all of this equals your decimal 0.9599, you know, the calculator output. And then you state your conclusion in sentence form. In the second example we looked at about Tiger Woods, the question was, what percent of Tiger's drives are between 305 and 325? Okay, so as always, you would begin by sketching your picture, 305 to 325. Okay, so you're finding this interval in here, and that's going to give you your lower bound and your upper bound when you now switch to the graphing calculator to do normal CDF. Again, normal CDF is in second vars. It's option 2. And our interval this time is between 305 and 325. And I'm not using the standard normal because I'm using my X values. So the mean of the hits was 304 and Tiger's standard deviation is 8. Select paste, enter, and you can see that there's a slight difference once we get out to the thousands place in comparing to what we got in table A, but very close, a little more accurate with technology. Okay, so I put my calculator notation. I need to write my lower, not my upper, my lower bound was 305. My upper is 325. Mu is 304. Sigma is 8. And this equals 0.4459. And my third step would be give me a sentence in context. Okay, so this would be about 44% of Tiger's drives, or I should probably say about 45% of Tiger's drives travel between 305 and 325 yards. All right, the third example that we looked at in our Tiger Woods question was, what distance would a ball have to travel to be at the 80th percentile? So we were given that the shaded region, if it's at the 80th percentile, would be to the left or equal to that X value. So we are looking for the X value this time, so we need to use a different calculator function. And this time we are going to use what's known as inverse norm. So we'll switch and look at what that looks like on the graphing calculator, and then I'll show you how to notate it on paper. All right, so we're working backwards to find an X value. So we need to do second vars and select option 3, inverse norm, when we're given an area under the curve. And the area we're given is 80%, so I enter that as a decimal. And this would be for standard normal, which would give me my z-score, but if I can get my X value, it's less work. I am going to enter 304 for the mean and 8 for the standard deviation for the golf balls that Tiger Woods hits. Hit enter, enter again, and here I get nearly 311 yards is what the ball would have to travel to be at the 80th percentile. One new feature, if you have the new TI-84 plus CE, is you can select whether you want the area to the left, centered around the mean, or the area to the right within inverse norm, which is a really nice feature. So in this calculator, it always gives you the area to the left of a given value. So if you wanted the X value and you were told that this was 30%, the area above for some reason, you would have to first subtract the 30% from 100 to recognize then that this area here is 70%. So you would, on this model of calculator, have to enter 0.7. So there's a little bit more reasoning if you have this older version of calculator, but nothing you can't handle. All right, so when you're showing me your calculation notation, you always want to tell me the area you did, which was 0.8. Mu equals 304. Sigma was 8. Close your parentheses. That's your appropriate calculator talk. And of course, tell me what this equals. It was 310.73, I believe, on your calculator. And of course, finally, give me a sentence third step in context. Okay? So if you're not feeling happy about this lesson, you don't get it, please reach out if you have any questions.